To call this a different name, but then I thought maybe Instagram and Facebook would block it, but it's really supposed to be called The Penis Show. All right, I'm going to get into a crazy story, and I'm recording a podcast today. How was everyone's Christmas? How's everyone doing? It's been a minute. My daughter's had the most insane tummy bug, so she's taking a bath right now. And hopefully she can go back to school tomorrow. I tell you what, there are some wild bugs going around, like wild bugs going around. I have never experienced a bug like the one we just had. Anyway, all right, let me just get my screen situated with my notes. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Okay, we're streaming. We got to record, figure this out. Oh my gosh, come on screen. Of course, someone's mowing the lawn right now, so less than ideal audio, but what are you going to do? This is called doing the best with what we have today. You know how I feel about that. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how I can see my notes better. Okay. Okay, going to be recording. Awesome. I'm so glad to be back with you guys. Oh, okay. Okay, are you that family? Like, you've seen the name of this episode, and actually, I wanted to call this episode The Penis Show, but then I thought, you know what? That's going to be blocked. I'm going to put it on Instagram. I'm going to put it on Facebook, and I just actually got on TikTok. Joy Coaching with Janie on TikTok. If you're there, come on over. I have like no followers. I don't even know how to connect with people on TikTok yet, but there I am. And on Instagram and Facebook, I'm at She Just Glows. But anyway, I wanted to call this The Penis Show, but I had to change it to The Junk Show just in case, you know how those apps work. But if I'm recording a podcast about The Penis Show today, I am from that family. We just are. Like, my kids, my family, we're just that family. You guys know what I mean? If you know, you know. If you're one of those families, you know. You don't color inside the lines. You have different problems. Every parent has their own problems. But I mean, like, for example, speaking of coloring, I never understood how little girls could sit and color for 45 minutes and like just sit in one place. Like, I didn't get it. There was a time when I had 3 boys, 3 and under, and man, eventually we had our 4th child and she's a girl. So it's a whole other ballgame. But those 3, the boy gang, the little toddler boy gang, we were like a tiny gong show, and we were that family, and we're still that family. Like, we don't color, we throw crayons, we break crayons. We color on the table, we color on the walls, we color on the floor, like we tear up the paper. That is my family. We're the family that didn't go to the library for years because any books, again, you know what I'm going to say, they're going to be torn apart. They're going to be used as weapons or projectiles. In fact, we just finally started going back to the library, and my kids all get a book. And I mean, my kids are 11, 9, 7, and 4. And I just got a call from the library. We returned a book with 2 pages ripped out. So they're charging me $14. So sorry about that Pokemon book that apparently needed to be tossed. But yeah, we're that family. I mean, when we go to the park and a kid's crying, I never worry about my kids. I worry about what my kids did to the kid that's crying. And now it's like come to Jesus time. You know what I mean? So I guess what I'm trying to say is, well, I'm a mom who has needed grace from other moms many, many times, and forgiveness from other parents. And today I want to let you into that world. And if you are that family, you're not alone. And I just wanted to say, hey, I'm here too. The world of bold kids who really don't care about anything. And the moms like me left holding the bag. And then what, right? So if you're that mom, or if you're the mom who's been offended, stick around for this quick episode, because I'm going to talk about a time when grace was lavished on me in an unexpected way. And always what I'm here to do is help you uncover joy in your life just as it is today. That's why I call myself a joy coach. And I work one-on-one with women around the country who just feel a little stuck. Do you ever feel like your life looks from the outside like it should be fantastic, but from the inside, it feels heavy? It doesn't feel that you're living a life that aligns with what you really want. Something's off, or maybe a few things are off. And that's what I work on clients with every single day. So if you're interested in working with me privately, click the link in the episode notes and I'd love to connect with you. Or just send me a DM on any social media at She Just Glows is my, what's it called? Hashtag? What is it called? Handle is my handle on Instagram, and that's also the way to find me on Facebook. Okay. So this post is called Thank You for Your Grace. Thank you for your grace. And I wrote it at the end of 2020. And man, what a year that was, right? I mean, we all needed grace in 2020. As you listen, I want to invite you to think about any time grace has been granted to you. Maybe when you didn't deserve it. Or maybe think about who in your life needs grace from you today. Okay, so here goes. It was the last text I wanted to send that afternoon. First of all, it was my birthday, and I was just trying to sit on the couch, watch some football, and eat the greasy Mexican food we just had delivered. I mean, can't a girl live? It was Sunday, the weather was beautiful, and the boys were playing outside with the neighbor girl. Everything was great. Until sometime during the second quarter, one of my kids busted into the room and blurted out that his brother had just shown the neighbor girl his penis. Yeah. I'll make up names here, but it was something like, Mom, Bobby just showed Sally his penis. So that was fun. I put down my favorite refried beans and went outside to discuss this with my sons, apologized to the neighbor girl, and disciplined the penis shower. Once I had that handled, I gulped. Now I had to call her mom. Now I had to tell her mom. And I needed to do it fast before word got back through the kid rumor mill, which tends to average about 3 to 5 minutes, at least on our block. My head felt heavy. My stomach tinged. My boys love playing with her daughter. She's just an absolute sweetheart and a really great kid. We don't know the family that well, but our kids have so much fun together. It's just magical to watch them play. I hated that this happened. It could ruin everything. As I clicked send on my apology text, the feeling of dread blanketed my heart. I was terrified of what I'd get back. Was she going to tell the other neighbors we have bad kids? Was she going to tell the other moms I wasn't good enough, that I'm not worth associating with? About 30 seconds later, my thigh vibrated and I cringed. What would her text say? Was she going to tell me what a shameful parent I am? Was she going to insult my family? Was she going to say the kids could never play together again? Instead, I got this. Don't worry about it. I'm sure she's seen worse. And there it was. I stared at my phone, stunned. There were so many things she could have said. She could have sent a hurried, nasty text back, adding insult to injury she could have sent a hurried, nasty text back, adding insult to injury and telling me about the other wrongs she'd witnessed my kids do, but had been saving up reporting for this exact righteous occasion. She could have written back with a curt, I think Sally needs a break from your boys for a while. She could have suggested certain ways I could have mothered my child better. She could have suggested certain ways I could have mothered my child better so he wouldn't have done this terrible thing. She could have said so many things. All the things I realized I already thought about myself. But she didn't. I felt so relieved I could almost cry because with that text, she told me she had chosen not to believe the lies that I'd already spoken over myself. And so staring at that screen, there was only one thing I could think to say. Thank you for your grace. Grace is forgiving someone when they don't deserve it. Grace is realizing that my neighbor friend didn't need to forgive me. Grace is knowing that I deserved something much different than what I got. Maybe an angry text, maybe an ended relationship written into life with the absence of any response at all. But she didn't do that. She extended me a mother's grace that I didn't deserve. How many times do we go through our day and have the power to extend grace or withhold it? To that slow person in front of us on the way back into the neighborhood when our kid has to pee and the baby's screaming. To that family member who offers to help us but drops the ball every time. To that person who scowls at us while we're parked right in front of the post office mailbox where we stopped to drop off Christmas cards, but then a kid had to pee, yes, again, so we're holding a sippy cup to their penis, yes, penis word again, while our hazard lights are on. Literally, this happened yesterday. My pursuit of grace comes from knowing that I've been given a grace I don't deserve. The neighbor mom has forgiven me when she didn't have to. And I believe Jesus has too. And when we come from the knowledge that we have been granted grace we don't deserve, it's so much easier to give it.